All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and dive ourselves in here, gentlemen? And
Am I correct in assuming you got no response?
not that I have seen come in, so
Okay.
which is okay.
We got
Um,
3, it's a quorum.
yep,
Mm-hmm.
we've
Yep.
got enough here that it will be just fine, and and we can go from there. So, Troy, would you like to try to remind everybody of what was going on and what our plan was for tonight?
Was I here a month ago? I don't remember.
I think so. Aren't you my note taker? Aren't you the one who takes the notes over there?
You are. Yes, yes. So, right.
So we did meet with what's his name?
Yep.
Yep.
The shot is on an ally. Once we will dispose of the Cora. Once we dispense with the Cora, the shot will meet
Decrocia.
outside of town. Decosia. Yep.
Decrocia.
So what we were going to do is we're going to rest, and then off to kill her. But I can't remember now. I see in the chat that the shroud. Is that what they said? Basically, they'll she imports the firearms from.
Correct.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yep.
We also know, we got shipments from Axwood and Sailor Shore. We knew what those things were anyway, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And is also shipping
brain
stuff
grit.
to Yaled, to
Right.
Yep.
Nethnelma at the
Necromancy
necromancy school.
Right. So our thing was, what were we doing tonight? Of course, I see this guy down here. Was he part of the shroud? And that's the guy that said, "Hey, we'll meet you. You kill her, we'll become allies, and we won't do this stuff anymore." Pretty much.
This guy down here.
Yeah, the guy that's now
That
of me now.
that is the shroud. So
Okay, that is okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to say I had you guys have to do some make impressions and stuff like that on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
And we
yes,
succeeded, failed, succeeded, failed.
yes.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you guys came out okay with it, but yeah, it was a rough go.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you guys know where Decrocia is. She is in the second floor of one of the factories. You know that she probably has some guards around. And
She has like a whole army in the building, right?
well, if it's one of the factories, running the stuff downstairs,
Right.
and that there will likely be guards around. If she leaves the
Right.
factory, she goes with an entire army, but she may
Right.
not have an entire army in the factory with her because,
Right.
frankly speaking, if you got a floor full of minions, do you need an army?
Yeah.
Right. I remember I think we did go in. Didn't we work in that factory that one day, or didn't we go in
You
that
guys went
factory?
into
and
one of the factories.
one of the
I-
factories.
It was a
right.
different one.
It was
yeah.
a different one, but right.
I determined that it was it was a different factory that you guys ended up
Correct.
in.
Correct. Mm-hmm. That she wasn't there that day, but we saw what their operation was, pretty much, where they're all working. They're
Right.
not really.
You
only
guys have an idea of
Only
what
a
that
couple
was.
guards were actually on guard.
Correct.
Mm.
And so now basically you're going to have to find a way to be able to infiltrate the factory that she is in, and attempt to be able to take her out. I do have some very specific obstacles in this one. I mean, you guys are familiar with the obstacles. Unlike in phase 1 where you guys could really kind of decide some of the different things that you would want to do. These ones, basically as you do what you do, you are going to find yourself encountering obstacles. I have a set number of them that you are going to get. You will get them, essentially in order here as we go through. And if you overcome them, great. If you don't overcome them, well, then you got to find another way to overcome it. So, I don't know if there was any kind of preparations that you guys wanted to try to do ahead of then. I know some of the things that you have done is you talked to the people at the cemetery who offered you a safe place to be able to sleep if you needed to. You are friendly with the Shroud at this point. You have set up one of the bridges to be able to collapse if you run over that bridge attempting to escape. And so you have done the prep work that you can kind of do to be ready to ideally escape and survive.
Right.
So now we come into what is it that you guys would like to try to do next?
Well, I think we need to plan a little first. Do I need 2 castings of shared invisibility?
We're gonna try to stealth in.
That's what I'm asking.
And shared invisibility, how long does that last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay. Because I also have 2 silence that I can't.
Right.
That I.
But what
Right.
I'm asking is, do we need 2 shared invisibilities, or is 1 going to be enough?
How many does it affect?
5.
So you're asking if we need to be invisible once or more than once.
Right.
Mhm.
Because if we don't, then obviously I could take a more offensive spell since we know we're going to battle this time. I guess what I'm asking is invisibility more important than higher attack rolls? Or a better attack? Or,
I'd say 1 invisibility is enough.
okay.
I'd rather have
Then,
the
then
offense.
before we rest, I will go through my spell prep stuff.
Yep. I think we probably want to head out of where we're at right now and go to maybe our inn or something and discuss this.
Because
Probably.
you have
This
an
more
inn.
way
Well, he-
area.
He
What's that?
he offered us a place to rest here.
Oh, the rest, right. Well, not here, but not in the middle of the street, I hope.
No, it would be a matter of you guys do not have a specific place to stay here other than
Right.
you could stay in the graveyard. They allow you to sleep in some graves there. You can sleep at the warehouse of the Shroud.
Right. Okay.
Those are all options for you. In order to stay at an inn or a quote-unquote really safe place, that would be traveling for days to another town.
Right. No, I think. Well, yeah, I think we already said we would take him up on staying at his place, right? The Shroud.
Yeah. That's our best bet, I think.
Okay. Okay. And I can't remember what time of day this was now.
I mean, I would likely say you
Okay.
are closer to evening at this point. I want to, because of the stuff that you have done, the conversations
Sure.
that you have had.
Right.
I want to say, yeah,
Okay.
it was afternoon or pre-evening or evening or.
Okay. Right. And we all have our mask on while we're moving through town. I want to make sure we say that first before we move. I think the last time we didn't say that, we got attacked by, I don't know, 3 or 4 things.
Well, someone took their mask off. For
Right. And we didn't say that we put it back on.
Okay, for those of you who are spell people,
Yep.
which spell would be better? Cave Fangs, which is a 20-foot burst of 66 piercing plus difficult terrain for a minute. We have the ever-present fireball, which is 66 damage. They both have basic saves. Or we have lightning bolt, which is 4d12 damage in a 120-foot line.
I have lightning bolt. So
Lightning bolt?
I said I have lightning bolt. So you may
Oh.
fireball.
Okay,
I would
so
say either
fireball
or
Fireball and Cave Fangs are both a 20-foot burst.
Okay.
They do the same damage. The only difference is Cave Fangs makes difficult terrain in the area until I dismiss it or until 10 rounds has gone by.
and piercing versus fire.
I'd say
Yes.
fireball,
Okay.
because most of the foes will probably be undead. And they're more
Okay.
likely to be resistant to piercing than they are to fire.
Piercing, that's true.
Ah, okay. Didn't think about that. That's why I asked the question.
There's no undead in Geb.
In
You must be
Bloodlords,
mistaken.
Yeah, and Boston isn't a college town. So
Yeah, right.
I don't think I need water breathing, so.
No. Okay, shield, needle darts, stabilize, disrupt undead, divine lance. Purifying icicle.
That's a good one against undead, right?
Yeah. 2d6 piercing, d6 cold, and if target is undead, an additional d4 void. And silence. Vampiric feast if somebody gets too close to me, but that's void damage.
Yeah, a lot of undeads should be immune to void damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So I might get rid of that one. And Crisis of Faith.
That's good if they're a
That's a-
divine caster.
It's a yeah. Actually, yeah. Well, any creature 66 against a divine caster 68. But then again, your will save's better on a spellcaster too, right? Well,
In theory, but
in theory, right?
remember, saves in Pathfinder 2 work a little differently.
Right.
I mean, I'm a spellcaster, and my reflex is better than my will. So
Okay, I think I'm ready. Just need to rest.
I think I am. Well, you know how to take a long rest once you are ready.
yeah, I think I'm keeping my spells the same. Okay.
My armor back on.
Armor's overrated. I don't believe
It is.
you guys are gonna encounter anything that will require you to need armor here, so you can go ahead and take it off.
Okay, good.
Okay. Frees up a first level spell slot that way.
And if I just so happen to forget something, blame it on DM brain.
Okay, GM brain.
Once everybody has rested and you are ready to go, let me know.
Oh, I didn't even look. Is everybody healed? Yeah. Okay.
Looks like it.
I didn't check Zook who was in here, or Kurz who was in here,
Yeah.
so.
I'll say Amisra is mildly damaged.
Right. I'll get that back after a rest, though, right?
You haven't rested
So-
yet. No?
No, I have not. Heroism.
Chuck, have
Could
you set
take
his
that for,
ownership for Wookiee as well for now? Because I believe you've been the one running him when...
That's cool.
Wookiee
Yeah, I
wasn't
got
here.
it.
You want me to take heroism? That way it gives a +1 to hit for 10 minutes
Oh, for Kurz?
for Kurz.
Might be a good idea.
Okay.
But I wouldn't
Yeah.
cast it on him necessarily until you know he's going to need it.
I mean, he doesn't actually do much up close hitting. I mean, I haven't even heard the word flurry of blows before.
Furry blows.
No, that's a bestiality site. We don't want to be there.
Make sure
ready
I have
whenever Troy is.
potions.
Yeah, I think we got potions still.
Okay. Did you guys already rest then? Okay. Yep. Juliana
Yep,
did.
yep, we did.
Okay. So I will.
Does Kurz have
rest.
enough potions?
Probably not. Let's see.
And
Because I still have a couple elixir of lives here.
He's got 4 lesser elixirs of life. And
Okay.
that's it as far as healing.
Let's look at the stash. I'll put a couple more on the stash.
You have them to spare?
Yeah, because I have numerous oil of unlife, which will heal me.
Okay, let me look on the stash. I'll drop
and yeah. Elixirs of life. Yep. There we go.
Didn't somebody else not take void healing?
Me. So, but
Troy, I
that's
think,
fine.
yeah.
Do you have enough?
I have enough. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
like 5 lessers and 8 minors. So
Okay, I still have 3 lesser in my bag. If you need
Okay.
some, just holler.
yeah, it might be good just you keep them just in case.
Yep.
Right.
In case I have to pour them down your throat or something.
So, my dead throat. Yep, exactly. So.
You can do it.
So, all right, and then how are we gonna try and get into the place? No.
Well, there was no way onto the roof, right?
Correct.
So we're gonna have to go in through the floor on the bottom
Well,
floor.
we could do the group invisibility thing and see how far we can get without a fight.
Well, we still got to get in though, right? We got to get in through an open door, and there's 4 of us.
Right. I was just say we could, I don't know, either follow a cart in or something like that. I guess
We could.
if we could time it right.
Do you want stealth or deception? I guess is the question. Those are our 2 best bets.
Yeah. I'm good with either one. I think. I have
10.
9 in stealth, so
Got 11 on stealth and 9 on or 10 on deception.
yeah, I have 10 on deception, 9 on stealth.
Which Wookiee then? I'm thinking I'm probably the worst on everything
Wookiee's
then.
Probably not graded.
You should be able to look
Wookiee's
at the party
0.
sheet to see all that, right?
Mhm.
Should. Yeah, I mean,
Wookiee's good at
Wookiee
stealth.
should be. I'll say Wookiee should be good as a monk.
He's good at stealth. He's not good at deception.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so stealth it is, I guess.
And I think the worst person has a +2, so that's good.
I mean, the question is, do we want to try to save the invisibility when we leave?
Because we're going to be running for our lives when we leave, yeah.
Probably. If we can get in without using invisibility, that would be better, I think. But, you know, we'll
I
do
could
what we
agree
have
with
to do.
that.
Plus, it's an infiltration, so we may have to use infiltration stuff to get in instead of actual encounter mode. So we'll see.
Right. Okay.
But let's head towards that building, and we're still in our disguises, right?
Correct.
Hopefully they still hold up after an overnight or two. Have a sip of my drink, and here we go.
Drunk already? I guess suppose.
I said a
Okay.
sip of my drink.
Well, as you approach, let me give you a description. Decrosia's factory is a hulking, rusted structure made primarily of metal and stone, with several small, thick windows high above the factory floor that are coated with grime and allow feeble light.
Yay.
So from there, let me
Sounds
know
awesome.
what it is that you guys would like to try to do.
Probably should scope out the base of the building, right, to see how many entrances there are.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking. Yep. Walk
Because
around the building and see what we got.
entrances hopefully equal exits.
Hopefully there's more than one way in.
And we do have 2 grappling hooks and ropes that we can run down the side of the building if we need to when we're done. So we don't have to run back through the mob.
That's a last case, hopefully, but yeah. Athletics is not my strong suit.
All right, do we wait for a group to go in, or
Well, let's
do we
scope the
try to
building.
sneak in? Or
We're going to scope the building first and see what
Yeah.
it looks like. Yeah.
Find a door that might look like it be a good entrance door to use the invisibility, right? Is that what we're thinking, kind of?
Possibly.
Okay.
Are we doing stealth checks? Are we trying to be sneaky around the building, I guess?
I don't know. He posted it under my name, so I didn't know it was just for me to roll or for everybody to roll.
No, I was just posting up a stealth check because if you guys are trying to be stealthy as you're going around the building, I need a stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
We are trying to be stealthy.
Then I need a stealth check from each person, please. If you can, for whatever reason, they didn't set it in here as being GM only. Please set it to GM only.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
you're
didn't
fine.
even pay attention to that.
You can leave yours if you want.
And Troy, you can follow the leader if you want. Since you said you weren't very good at it.
Right. And how do I follow the leader on that?
Follow the expert.
Oh, that's right. Let's follow the expert.
Look and see if there's one in the basic action macro.
Should be under exploration. Follow the
Exploration.
export.
Yep.
And I think when you click on it, it'll ask you what skill you want to use it on and everything.
And where you are, we are using stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my first roll was for Juliana, and my second was for Kurz.
And the proficiency is
Thank you.
expert or master.
I believe it's
I-
just expert.
I don't think we're high enough level to have master yet. I think we have to be.
No,
second
next level.
Yeah.
Next level. You're right.
Yeah, stealth is expert for me.
So I don't know if it did anything.
Well, didn't
Interesting.
roll. It's a toggle, so maybe you toggle it first and then you make a stealth roll.
Then I'll make a stealth check. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Nice. What does it actually do for you?
It raises my untrained from +2 to +10.
Oh, nice. So you get the same stealth check I get, basically.
It makes it like you're trained
kinda
because
cool.
you're following somebody.
Exactly.
I just wasn't sure what exactly it did. I've never used it, so.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never seen it used, so
Mhm.
well,
Ta-da! Troy's the guinea pig.
so I can tell you guys that 2 of you failed.
The dead guys are moving.
I'm just moving them off the map because I'm probably going to need this map.
Probably.
Because they didn't really give me, I'm outside the factory map.
Whoa,
So-
I'm magically moving.
So go ahead and set your guys' selves to whatever you would be setting it as.
Which way are we traveling? South?
He
Yeah,
means
figure that you're traveling south.
Exploration. Let's
Okay.
Yeah.
Macros.
Kurz and I are usually in front, and the
Yep. And I will
ladies or
be-
the elfin lady are in the back.
Mhm.
Let's see if they actually put my actors in here. Ah, they did. Very nice.
Excellent.
So I don't want to just avoid notice. That's what I want. Okay, there we go. Let's see.
All right. Well, as you attempt to sneak around and scout out the building, some of you guys are very good about blending in and not being seen. Some others of you, unfortunately, can be seen. Whoever
Juliana,
was
stop clapping your spoons.
whoever was giving instruction to Amisra was not giving good instruction, and unfortunately, Amisra still drew notice. So, you guys have drawn the notice of 2 clockwork riflers who were posted up on the corners of the building.
Oh, of course.
And they look down, and you look very suspicious with the way that, I mean, basically, Amisra is walking around like the old, like 50s, person trying to sneak, really exaggerated movements and stuff like that as
the
you're
monkey
sneaking.
with the symbols.
Not quite that, but so you have drawn their notice, and they do not think that you belong, and so they are going to take action appropriately. And we should now be in combat movement. And combat has started. So let's see what this guy is supposed to do to you.
And they're above us, correct?
Uh,
Or are they hopping down?
no, I'm not going to make you guys climb to try to get to them or anything like that. Assume that they came down to get a closer look. What? It's not. Get away from my alcohol.
They're
Assume that they climbed down to get a closer look, and you still looked suspicious to them, which is why they initiated combat.
I will wave my hand. You didn't see anything.
Right. And so he is going to go ahead and attempt to shoot you. And so
Sense.
as you were back there, you just suddenly hear something whiz by your ear. You are not exactly certain what it is, but something sure whizzed by you because you guys aren't familiar
Firearms.
with firearms, really. You guys have never encountered them.
I mean, we would know something about them because we know she's importing them, but yeah.
But you've probably never drawn direct fire before.
Right.
And so, you know, if anybody would like to do a check on their turn to try to figure out what that was, cool. If not, you just heard something whiz by your ear. And then he is going to reload. And then he is going to... You see him kind of hunker down a little bit. And ends his turn.
Hummus Raw.
Oh, we don't have the measuring tool on this one. Okay.
Nope, that's what I was just looking for.
You have to use the just use the
Use the in-game measure. You guys are about 80 feet away. 75 to 80 feet away, give or take.
Yep, I see that. Yep. And don't think I have reach. I thought I had reach. Or the reach spell.
reach
I don't
spell.
think I have.
I
Right.
don't know if it's in this game or not. You may be thinking it over different game.
I don't think I grabbed it on this one. Which is fine.
You don't have needle darts?
Oh, I have needle darts.
Oh, that's 60 feet. Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
only
it's
60.
yeah.
Right.
And you're a cleric-y, right?
Correct.
So you don't get force barrage.
I do have it, but let's see.
That's 120.
Yes, but do you want to start blowing for some spells? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Yep. Tim would like us to.
All right.
I'd like you to blow all of your spells if you would. It's not like you have an end boss to probably fight tonight.
Blow on the spells, make him lucky.
Oh, come on. That's not what I wanted to do. Would you say we were about 95
80.
or 75?
75 or 80. You should be 80 because I'm,
I'll say, yeah, and it
I'm
depends on
75.
it depends on which one you're looking at and which one, and who the person is. Obviously, between all of you guys, you're probably between 75 and 85, give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I move 20, I should be in plenty of range to
Get
for a
shot
60
by them?
foot.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. We'll see. We'll look at it and see. I believe I have all the chunks, right? Inventory.
Yeah, I want to say you picked up. I want to say it's this game that you picked up a whole bunch.
I
Yeah.
got a gold and silver, so okay. And,
Yeah, maybe it's the other
but
game
we
that
don't
you
have
also found adamantium and stuff like that.
What's that?
I said maybe it's one of the other games that you found adamantium.
I think it was the other game that yeah. So I can go with cold iron. And I'm targeting the guy on that targeted me, or who already
You're talking to the guy on the right.
yes.
Okay. Either way, that's a miss.
That's a miss, right? Okay. You gotta hit him better than me. Okay, there's your.
Curse.
There's no way into the building from here, like no doors or anything.
No. From where you guys are, yes, we're using this map, but basically you guys were scouting the outside of the factory. The only safe place would be getting into the factory, and you're pretty sure you have to get by these guys in order to do that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to. I wanted to avoid the fight if possible, but it sounds like it's not. So let's see.
I mean, you guys could always flat run away.
Then they'll just follow us.
They may,
The
or
things,
they may go back to just guarding the building, but...
Is the drag ruler thing in effect where when you move, it tells you how much movement you have? I guess
It should, yeah, because when I try to drag on Kurz, I'm seeing a movement on there.
But it's not going to change colors like when he hits his speed or whatever.
I think it does, but maybe not.
Let's see. It's not
I can't.
counting either.
Okay,
so
maybe not. I mean, they've updated some of these things, and I'm trying to avoid getting new things because I like a little bit more of the base experience if we can get it, but
counting a minute ago and then it stopped. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's 35 feet. That's one move. Let's see. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, okay, 35. So he still has an action left.
Flurry blows.
He will flurry of blows. All right, let's see. There it is. Flurry of blows. He gets 2 unarmed strikes. And I think you do add in the... Yeah, you do. Okay, here we go.
yep, the first one's at the max, the second one's 1 down.
So there's the
But
first
then they'll
one,
add together.
and here's the second one.
That is a
So at
hit
least
and a
one
miss.
Okay, so 1 hit. Then we will do damage. Hold on, it's unarmed strike, not fist. Okay. Wow, cool. Minimum damage. It's going to be a typical Kurz night.
The Clockwork Rifler appears to take some of that damage, but not as much as you might have expected him to.
Yep. Oh, and just in time for this one's turn.
All right, well, he could choose to try to shoot you, but why try to shoot you? Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Oh well. Instead, he's just going to try to stab you a little bit.
Well, you know, it's only a little bit.
All right, the first one is a hit. He is going to try to stab again. So you see what he's got is, you guys will know the description, but he's got a knife on the end of his gun that he is using to stab you.
A little bayonet. Alright.
He missed that one. But unfortunately, that was a critical hit.
Alright. Man, 24 on a D4. Always exciting. Let's see.
All right. And that is all of his movement. Oop, not in the encounter, and the turn. Zook, you are up.
All right. My movement is only 25. I will go to there.
All right, and you have him targeted, yes?
No, obviously not. Sorry, I thought I did, but I do not. Let's try that again.
It's too easy to be untargeted sometimes in this thing. That is a hit. You may roll your damage. That's way too many d4.
It's only
Never know
5.
11.
All right, and that was the one on the left.
Yes.
So he appears to take some damage, but once again, he appears to take a little bit less than you expected from your history of using needle darts.
Right.
All right. Let's see. 5.
And that was without him being hunkered down.
That was without him being hunkered down.
Fired my 25 feet. Let's do a little measure.
50. 60.
So next time, let's see. We will do a spell at the one on our monk. Let's Ray of Frost.
I almost did that one.
That is
Probably
a miss.
A miss. All right, end turn.
All right. Well, this one sees somebody who charged up on his friend. So he is going to go ahead and take a moment to shoot. Because he's so close.
Ready, fire, aim.
That is a hit. So he gets himself... Suddenly, you see a
Ouch.
projectile come out from the clockwork rifler over here. And he shoots your friend. And then you watch as he aims and fires again. Unfortunately, this one misses, and the projectile goes zooming off into the distance somewhere.
Ping, ping, ping off the wall.
Probably just killed an innocent.
There's no innocence in this town.
Proof.
And then once again, he is going to hunker down in place.
Of course.
Because essentially they're set up right now. It really looks like they are trying to defend the factory from you guys being able to get to it.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. All right, I'll try that and see if that works. First I'm going to do is go, guess what? I do have it. And then
You're like,
I'll
ha
target. And then I'll do this.
Unfortunately,
They're not undead.
Unfortunately, it appears to take
Right.
no damage from your strike.
but now you know for sure.
Now we know for sure.
Yeah, it's a automaton type thing. It's
Automaton,
clockwork.
yep. Mhm.
All right, Kurz will rage.
And I'll state that it's not undead.
Kurz will rage. Okay, I think he's got rage.
Rage, rage against the dying intellect.
And he doesn't have any other special abilities, I don't think. So we will start with Flurry of Blows.
I thought he could make his hand something.
He can do spirit damage on a rage, but something tells me that's a
Well,
bad
yeah,
idea
that's not going to make. Yeah.
on automatons. He'd rather just bludgeon them to death. All right, here we go. First.
Hurry.
Hopefully that's a hit. Whoops, not fist. I want to do unarmed strike. I mean, the attack roll's the same, but
So that is a hit and a miss.
yes. So we'll roll damage on. Oh, actually, fist does more damage. So I've probably been making the wrong damage roll. Oh well, we'll do the right one this time. It's D6 instead of a D4.
Yeah, because I think with one of those he should have the hand wraps or something on, right?
And the hand wraps works on both hands.
Yeah, it's probably fist.
Right. No, what I mean is one of them is fist, one of them is unarmed strike. One of those,
Yes,
probably has the damage, including the hand wraps, which would probably be the fist.
Well,
it would make sense to be.
Yeah, it's either 2d4 plus 4 or 2d6 plus 4. So we use the 2d6 plus 4. All right, and he gets one last attack. So he will take it. You can always roll a 20.
He should have 2 more attacks.
No, he raged.
Yeah, I raged.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sorry.
All right, we'll see if the 21 hits or not.
It does not.
All right.
Boo.
We may need to run, guys. It's not going very good.
All right. Well, I have my rifler here. He still has Kurz that is right next to him. So let me just check something. All right. He is going to take a step back. And then he is going to strike with his bayonet.
He does not have attack of ops.
Does he have a follow step?
He does not.
Okay.
He only has one reaction, and that's Victorious Vigor.
That is a hit.
So he's using his gun again?
No, he stabbed him. So I didn't notice it earlier. He actually his bayonet actually has a reach of up to 10.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why he decided to step back, because this guy is just kind of pounding on him a little bit. And while he's not getting hurt much, he may as well go ahead and step back and do his thing. And then he will try to stab again. And that is a miss.
Zook.
Why I had thought about stepping up with the other one to try to stab, but after his 2 shots, he didn't have enough actions left to step and stab.
All right, that's 2 actions.
So, as you come in, the guy turns and takes a stab at you.
I figured he would, but that's fine.
That is a hit. Yeah, I missed it when Kurz moved in. They actually have attack of arm.
Yeah.
And because he had moved right in...
I was kind of surprised when they didn't.
Well, and I wouldn't have gotten it if he had just moved in, but he moved through a threatened square because of the reach.
Right.
All right, so you take a little bit of damage, and now you may do your thing.
My turn. Womp, womp, womp. That will end my turn. I actually didn't need to move that far, but I figured by stepping in this far, it would allow Kurz to drink a pot before he steps forward.
All right, let's...
It also kind of puts yourself in between you and the other one.
Yeah. And I can reach the other one if I need to, but
not
for now...
close enough. enough for electric arc yet. We'll have to get a little closer. So it looks like Ray of Frost again.
Frosty rays.
We may actually have to. I hate going into first level spells, but we're getting our asses kicked, boys. Alright, let's see.
Isn't it funny how much different it's become now that cantrips are as strong as they are?
Yep.
Yeah.
How much you're like, oh, I just want to use the things that I can use forever.
Alright, hydraulic push. And I'm doing it on the other one, so maybe we can get him out of the fight for a moment.
Which one, the left
Which
or the
one's
right?
the other one?
I've targeted the one on the left.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't want to push the other one away from you guys, because you guys are already in melee. So
That is a hit.
too bad.
Shazam.
All right, so on a success, he is knocked back 5 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and he will take some bludgeoning damage. Yeah.
Actually, from where you
Not
are,
bad.
I'm gonna put him here.
Whoops, sorry. There you go. That's cool. That would make sense based on the angle.
All right.
There you go.
Yep.
There's your
And then you
damage.
did 10 damage.
Yep.
He appears to take some of it, but not all of it. All right. I have my rifler here. At this point, he is out of loaded rounds. So he's going to go ahead and take a step back. But it was a good move by Juliana, because that meant one less time for that he could try to stab you.
Correct.
But he is going to go ahead and try to stab you. That was a miss. So he's going to try to stab you again. And this one was a hit.
Ooh.
So he does do a little bit of damage. But that was all he could do. Amisha starts singing, "Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of scrub, so big and so strong."
Curse, take 49 healing.
All right, let me go
Wow.
on Curse.
I know,
Nice
right?
heal.
Unfortunately, you guys aren't rolling great for damage, but he can heal like nobody else.
I can heal like a sieve. Yep, exactly. All right.
That's all right.
You feel
Well,
As long
then-
as he as long as he keeps us alive, we'll eventually wear him down.
In that case, Kurz will step. Oh, I'm still on measuring tool. Look at that. Kurz will step, do the 5 foot, and then he will continue to pound on this guy, or try. All right, flurry of blows. Flurry of blows. Here he goes. All right. This.
There you go.
Ooh,
That's one hit.
That's gonna hurt.
And so is that.
Nice.
So that is a critical hit and a hit.
Yeah. I don't know if you've got the merge thing, but
I think I downloaded it. Yeah, I do.
They add together.
Mhm.
So I'll roll both damages, and then you should
Okay,
be
so
able
let me
to
go ahead
merge
and
it.
let me do something else as well first. Because of your critical specialization, I have to succeed at a fortitude save or be slowed.
Slowed 1. Yeah. That would be nice.
Critical failure.
Ooh,
So he will be slowed until the end of your next turn.
right. So that
And then I'm going to merge those two damages together. And the clockwork rifler appears to have been smacked.
Okay, and he had to step, and that was his flurry, so he does get one more attack. Let's see. And as I said, 20s always happen. Maybe
20s
we get
happen.
another one.
See, just almost like that.
Almost like that. All right.
That is a miss.
All right.
All right, this one's like zerp, zeep zerp. And it's going to go ahead and just continue to stab away. It's not the brightest
Good
thing in the
news.
world, and what else is
It
it
only
going
gets
to do?
2 stabs. Yep.
He does only get 2 stabs. That one is a hit. They're not doing a ton to you guys, but they are, plinking away.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Until a Mishra steps up and's like, this fight did not happen yet.
We are not the undead
And that
you're
one's going to
looking
be a
for.
miss. I don't... Wait a minute, you're supposed to say these are not the droids you're looking for to us.
Mm-hmm.
Zook, you're up.
All right. Yeah. Okay, it's that time. We are going to do a spell strike.
Oh, yeah. Spell strike, Jabba.
And we will first roll our attack roll.
That should be
That is a hit.
Then we do the spell GB for free.
Well, you say for free, but it still takes a spell slot.
No, it doesn't.
Yep. One less cantrip you can ever use ever again.
Right. And then we do the weapon damage.
Oh my god, it burns.
And then you add those together and
Mhm.
take your
Oh,
resistance away.
They
and...
fixed it. It merged them now.
Excellent.
And
No, he's only
it
near
takes the
death.
damage.
I never cast it out. I need to get that out of there. There we go.
That is a miss.
End my turn.
It's
I tried,
my
guys.
turn.
He's almost
Mhm.
dead.
Alright, now I definitely am close enough. I'll target them both. Time for some electric arc.
I almost did that one, but I thought needle darts would do more damage.
I don't have needle darts, so...
I know. I was trying to get rid of this guy, so
There we go.
All right, let me roll my reflex save. Oh, I think that rolled it under you. It did. Hold on. Reclick. Save basic reflex. He succeeded, but he will still take half damage. And it appears to
not
you
quite.
that he almost took everything.
Yep, he took a lot of it. Wow. Which means he's probably vulnerable to electric.
which means I should have done that instead.
Well, now you know. I will yell that out. They
Yep.
seem to be vulnerable to electric, which makes sense.
Yep.
I would have done it last round, but I was just 10 feet too far out.
All right, Wookiee
You're
should be
done,
here
Chuck.
shortly. He's like, I took a nap. I overslept. Why, we
No,
have
I
never
was just
done
gonna
any of
tell you
that
to answer
before.
them when you're done. No, nobody has ever done that.
Are you all set on your turn, Chuck?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me advance the tracker.
No worries.
Did you damage both of them or just the one?
Oh, did they both get that?
Yeah,
Yep.
targeted
electric arc is,
both.
Oh.
yep.
It doesn't show me that on this thing, so hold on. Let me roll the reflex save for the other guy, and I'll
Yeah,
apply
you
the
may not have the
damage.
thing. When I roll damage on mine, it'll show each creature that needs to make the save. So.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't have all of the modules.
Yeah, I forget
All right.
which one does that.
The one on the right took its damage.
Yay! It looks like it took more, so it must have failed. All right, that's it for me.
All right, and you are still the closest one.
I am.
To him.
So let me think for a second.
No thinking aloud.
Did I use my special thing?
All right, he's going to do a thing.
Cool. What's he gonna do?
He's going to reload his double-barreled musket. He's going to reload his double-barreled musket.
Okay.
No, actually, hold on. Yeah, he should be out. And then he's going to fire at you.
Fire, fire, fire.
Oh, that's not good for you.
Uh-oh.
That's all right.
Did that reveal for you guys? Yeah, it should have.
All it says is target AC 24.
And he rolled a 36.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, I didn't scroll down.
Yeah. So that is a
It's 11
critical
over. It has to
hit.
only be 10. Oh, it can only be
Yep.
10. That's 11.
And I okay.
Well,
I
actually.
It's a
Double
double-barreled
damage plus a
musket.
fatal D10.
Would that
Yeah,
give me a reactive strike doing a ranged attack within my reach?
I imagine it would.
Well, good. Let's do that. I was searching to see because I was like, man, I thought I took that, but I didn't add the action in my reactions. I'm like, crap.
Well, damn, you don't get it then. Just kidding.
Right.
Yep. I mean, because it is a creature within your reach that used a ranged attack.
Right. I just wanted to make sure because weirder things have happened. And I'm gonna miss.
You still got hero points.
Yeah, but yeah, I will. You're right.
You know how?
I did.
Nice one.
Wow.
And the 10 didn't kick in.
Well, it didn't matter,
'Cause
would it?
it doesn't matter when you roll the one.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, 1 is a 1.
A one is a one is a one. Do
So
your
unfortunately,
damage.
you did swing at him, and he's like, eh. I just have to check. Let's see. Increase the weapon damage die by 1 step. So, let's see if... So that would be... So, like, if the damage die were D6, does that make him D8s?
What?
Probably.
Because what it's saying is it increases the weapon damage die by 1 step.
That would be a D8, yep.
D8.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
It should do it automatically.
Let's see. It may not
'Cause
recognize that it did it as double-barreled.
Oh, okay. Because it did
Uh,
do it automatically for Verlin's, because we were all surprised by it.
Okay, yeah, and it's not... Because it's showing the base damage. It's got the fatal damage, and it's doubling that,
Yeah.
which it's supposed to.
Right. Is there
But-
something in the in the little window to change the die?
There isn't.
Hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to
Well-
roll this separately, I think.
Yeah,
Let me
and then
just,
add
let
them
me just
together.
roll this.
I don't have a resistance. Oh, I
and
do.
see what it gives me in
Oh
here.
my god.
Oh no, it does look like it took it all into account.
Good. I want to say it did for Verlin, but, I don't know whether Chucky has any add-ons that you don't have type thing. Well,
So
that hurt a little.
Yeah, so he just unloads 2 barrels of his musket right into your chest.
Inappropriate touching.
There's that adamantine that you're looking for. You just have to pull it out of your chest.
Right.
Hey, not Naya. Good evening.
Let's see. Oh, God help us all.
He just goes, owie.
Oucha macroucha. Am I supposed to make some kind of a save for taking over half damage on a critical hit? I don't remember if there were any rules.
I
don't
don't believe we've got that in PF2.
Okay.
No, we don't.
I couldn't remember for sure.
And even if we did, we've never
that kind of
implemented it.
damage.
I'll say we've never implemented it, so I'm not starting now.
Okay.
I mean, it does make sense when you go from just about full hit points to just about no hit points that you might go into shock, but...
Right.
It says roll. Okay, I might screw that up. Hold up. I want to recast that. Harm. So, harm versus undead. Sorry, I figured I hit the wrong one.
Thank you.
He's like, no, I wanted to harm the living.
39 to you.
I assume that was to me,
Yeah, it's to you.
right? I
Only if you're near
couldn't
death.
tell who you. I couldn't tell who you targeted.
Right.
So
Right. I guess
Excuse
it
me,
doesn't
I just
say
took
that,
those
does it?
hit points from you.
Well,
no, you took more than that. So I'm still down. You did your job.
Curse, God dang it, curse.
Kill this thing. Kill this thing, Kurz.
He's gonna try. He's gonna flurry of blows.
Smite
flurry of
him, O mighty
blows.
smiter.
Hey Tim, did this other guy hunker down again?
He did
God,
not.
help us. I
Okay.
don't think he had time. Let's
Yeah, he
see.
didn't. He
I just
'cause
wanted-
he used,
Just
yeah, he
wanted to
used
make
2
sure.
actions to reload and then
Does 22 hit or miss?
fired. It does not.
That's what I was afraid of. Alright, let's see.
So we were all afraid of.
That means
Okay.
that's gonna miss as well. Alright, well,
mm-hmm.
might as well try 2 more shots. 20s happen. So do 1s. Alright. Well, just a shitty turn for Curse.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, his strikes all hit, but they just bounce off of the armor.
Alright.
Except for the one. That hit Juliana.
Except for the one.
Juliana's not even in range, but one of his hand wraps came off and slapped her in the face.
Yeah.
That's me. All right, it is just going to continue to try to hammer away at the guy that it's been hammering away on. Because all it knows is it needs to fight for the right to party.
To party.
All right, I'm just going to roll all 3. That way I can just roll the damage and then add them in. A critical hit, a miss, and a hit.
So 3 hits.
Basically.
Basically.
So the critical hit. He cuts a bitch. And then he cuts him again.
Zookie.
What would I like to do? I would like to kill them both with one shot. How about that? All right, so we're gonna try
So-
this again.
Zook casts Immolation. You watch him just go up in a giant fireball, taking out everything within a 30-foot range. That is a hit. By 0.
All right. I'll give you that damage. And then I'll give the spell damage. And that spell damage goes to both of them.
This is my boomstick.
Okay.
I didn't target both of them because I didn't want it to add it together on both of them.
Now I'm curious, they wouldn't get the saving throw on that, right?
I don't know.
I believe they still do. Wouldn't they, Chuck?
I'm not.
Hold
real
on.
familiar with
Let
the
me look at
Magist.
let me look
I
at the
don't
spell
know.
strike.
Yeah.
It doesn't say you don't.
I mean, I would assume the spell still works the same. I would think.
I would think so as well. Yeah, and it really
fact-
doesn't say in here.
I thought you had to use
No.
spells that required an attack roll with spell strike. I didn't think you
It
could
just-
use save spells.
I mean, the way this reads, at least, it's you channel a spell into it.
Yeah.
Let's see, Matt.
It
Actually, it
doesn't
says right
say-
there, you cast a spell. It does. You cast a spell, it takes 1 or 2 actions to cast and requires a spell attack roll.
Oh,
Ah,
my
That's
my
why
bad.
That's why you don't
I-
have to know that rule.
Okay, ignore the electric arc, and I will do the needle darts.
I'm still trying to see it in there. Where the heck is?
It's the 3rd line. If you scroll down, or you channel.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's
There we
right
go.
at the
And
top.
requires a spell attack roll. Okay, I got it. The one or
Yeah.
two actions kept on drawing my eye to it and messing me up.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Yep. Oh, you read like the most of us. We skip over words and go, oh, yeah, that's assume. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Say it isn't so.
There you
All right.
go.
Now you were attacking the one
That's
that's
all
away
on the
from
one.
everybody else.
Yes. Because I planned poorly. I had planned on the electric arc hopefully killing the other guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, he takes some damage.
Okay. And then I will untarget him, target the guy who's near death.
Hold on. I'm going to undo that. Because the way that it actually took this was it added that to the electric arc rather than...
Rather than the weapon damage. Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was...
So it should be
12 points of damage from the needle darts.
and
And
24 from the
24. Okay. Let me apply it this way.
so 36.
Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Where did it at?
Yeah, 3 more damage.
Was
Oh
it
no,
no,
it'd be less damage.
No, because it was only 24 points of, or it was 24 to hit from the cold iron. I'm trying,
No.
Let me.
Oh,
It was
I
6.
thought I rolled. Did I not roll the
You
damage?
Did. You did. It takes it away when we put it together. You rolled a 16. It was 16 points of damage and then 12 from the piercing. What it did was it actually
28.
looks. Yeah, it looks like it added all sorts of stuff together. So
Yeah,
yeah, 28 points of damage. So let me.
it should be
apply
28
that.
less his resistance or
If it's-
hardness or
If
whatever.
it's on the one that's near death, it should be done,
Yeah.
I think.
No, it's on the
it's
other
not.
one.
It's on the other
It
one.
was on the other one. Mhm.
Oh, okay.
This next attack will go against the one near death. I didn't realize that I could. I planned poorly. I didn't realize I couldn't use the electric arc in the spell
All right.
strike.
So yeah. So he takes 23 points of damage from that.
That's
Yeah, because I was trying to look back. I was like, why is he showing that he took electric damage? Because he shouldn't have taken electric damage.
he should not. And that's gonna miss, isn't it?
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys
And
know at this
that
point it's a
will-
24 to hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we knew it was between 22 and 24.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Because
you
we
guys,
missed with a
you guys know
21.
at this point that is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you
I saw a
done?
23 and a 22s. In fact,
I
I saw
am
a couple
done.
22s. So
All right. Well, let's hope this electric arc can take him out. The one
Yep.
out, because that's what I'm doing, baby. Electric arc on both of them, and here we go. Pretty shitty electric arc, but
All
oh
right,
well.
let me go ahead
Yeah,
and do their saves. That's a success.
As long as it's not a crit success.
That one's a crit success. So the one that is less hurt got a crit success.
All right.
The one that's hurt got a success, so he'll take half. But
Which
which kills him.
it doesn't matter because so 8 points of damage. He so down to half. So that was 4. Then he takes extra because of the extra electric damage of 5. So he actually took 9, even succeeding. Weird Pathfinder math, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So.
But the
and
one
I'll
that's in front of you guys there dropped.
move
Okay.
back a bit and do that.
All right, this one is going to go ahead and repeat some things that he has done before, because this is where he's had his most success. He's going to use 2 actions to reload, and then he's going to fire.
Bam, bam.
That is a hit, a miss of being a crit by 1.
Yay!
And rolled minimum damage. 2 1s.
Well done. Well done.
Which is still 11 points. Which is also
Still
2
11
ones.
points. But not nearly what I was hoping for out of it.
Dun 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 dun. Dun. All right, Misra.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of good offensive spells then versus.
Might I recommend that you use your crafting to repair?
Okay, I'll do that. So I'll use crafting with needle darts, and then
Just the kind of repair I expected from you.
and I'll probably miss. Oh, I hit.
You did hit.
Excellent.
1, 1, 2. Okay, then. Well, it's
It's more than 0.
more than 0.
But less than 80.
Come on. Did I? Yeah. Okay. Good.
And you place that on yourself. Very good.
Kurz! God dang you, Kurz! Alright, Kurz is gonna tumble through to try to get to that one without taking an attack of op because he's got a decent acrobatics.
Darn right.
You should.
It's nice to
And
see
a-
somebody using tumble through other than Gimboth.
Oh, I think you're gonna start seeing Jeffrey do it. Let's see, here we go.
Yeah, but
He
he's just going to tumble
will-
Gimboth. I don't know what that's going to help me.
Alright, that I would hope
That
would
is a
be
success.
So he's
So
actually
you-
gonna.
Yep, you're able to move.
Alright. And then it's time for something different. Flurry of blows! Alright, here we go.
I'm afraid
maybe
you've used all
his,
of those that you have for the day.
Apparently, he never runs out. All right, almost a 20. That should be a hit.
That
and
is a hit.
then Let's do the other one.
That's
a
20.
crit.
And that's a crit.
All right, so we'll roll his damage. First the regular, and then the critical. 2 1s.
Oh.
How about that?
3 1s. Yep.
But he still, pounds a decent dent into the side of this thing's skull.
And he could still possibly be slowed. I don't know what happened to the critical damage thing with the slowed effect on it.
I mean,
Where'd it go?
let's be honest. He's not going to make it to his turn.
Okay. Well, he does get, I guess he moved, he did his flurry. He gets 1 more attack, and this one will be at the least jib. So here we go. So close.
And
All
that
right.
is a miss. Yep. I thought I was going to roll a 20 again. I was going to be like, all right. Zook,
Zook.
Yup.
you see that everybody looks like they're asleep, and so you decide to go back to the warehouse.
Yay, Kurz can run himself now.
Yes.
That is a hit. Oh, that's a lot of damage.
It is.
How do you have electricity on your weapon? Is it
I have a
what
shocking-
striking shock? So that would explain
Yep.
where the electricity came from on your weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oops.
So when we were talking about electricity,
Mm-hmm.
And there's the needle darts damage to go along with it.
Good damage.
yep, Zook takes 32.
Sweet.
Let's try that again. And like I
It
said,
did.
we were not going to make it to another turn, so it wasn't going to much matter. That is the end of this encounter.
So the good
Yeah.
news is I didn't use any actual spell slots.
So basically, what happened here was you guys tried to sneak up to the factory, and
Failed.
a couple of some of you guys succeeded, some of you guys failed. But basically, as you guys tried to sneak up, you were spotted by the 2 clockwork riflers that were up on the edge of the factory, and they came down to investigate, determined that you guys looked suspicious, got in a fight. Now, you guys did make quite a bit of a ruckus.
Yep.
So you are aware that you may have been a little bit louder than you wanted to be on this, and so there may
Well,
be
with them shooting a double-barreled shotgun, I'm pretty sure we were not anywhere near as noisy as they were.
that is probably true, but basically, a ruckus was caused.
Yes.
Which is fine. You guys can know that your awareness points have gone up a little bit because of it, but
Okay.
at this point, still not.
Pretty sure we would have assumed that.
Mm-hmm. All right. Want to take the muskets and the bayonet and the ammunition?
and any
Sure.
power source and any special looking gears and
Do we want to like drag them off the street so maybe they don't
well, of
doesn't raise
course.
an alarm? Yeah.
All right, and you guys are robbing them blind?
Of
Of
course.
course.
Absolutely.
I would expect nothing less.
They have no more muskets and bayonets or ammunition.
Can I make a crafting check to scrounge some pieces?
There's no Papa John's here. No pizzas for you.
Okay. But I like pizza.
I mean, I suppose you can try if you want to.
Public or private?
Make it private. Just go ahead and target them, and then do the crafting check.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna know if you succeed or not in a minute anyway, but
All right.
Mhm.
Trying again. It wouldn't let me target him after I clicked on it. There's one. Whoop, and I forgot to make it private.
and that was an Arcana check.
Should have been crafting. Oh, look at that! I hit the wrong button even. It's the exact same roll. They're both plus 14. But I'll make this one blind,
Good
and I'll
question.
target the other one again, and I will do crafting.
Yeah, because if you can get 2 sources, I'd like to take one of them also.
Now, what are you trying to get from them? Anything in particular?
Like usable parts or mechanical pieces that might be worth something or be useful later on, or
I mean, you could get some basic level mechanical stuff off of them from where you basically bashed them apart. But you know, in order to actually try to dismantle this thing, because of the way that they are created, the fact that they are created as protective guards, that it's going to probably take you several hours to actually be able to try to dismantle them.
And,
You
Sure.
can pick up some loose, nuts and bolts and stuff like that from where you bashed them, but nothing that's
what I'm
really
gonna
going to
take.
be overly usable at this point in time.
okay. Well, we'll put them under a tarp in the corner and come back for them later.
I'm gonna snap off. I'm gonna snap
As
off
you're
a finger
sprinting
anyway.
out of town?
Yeah, as
Yeah.
we're casting invisibility and running for our lives, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Solid
do we know
plan.
what kind of material? Do we know what kind of material they're made out of, or was that going to be it? Would that be?
Hold on.
Are they adamantine? He's looking for an adamantine chunk.
That's
no,
what I'm
they are
saying.
not adamantine.
Okay.
If they were
I
adamantine,
figured-
they would have had much higher
Yeah, I know.
resistance.
Mhm.
And you guys would still
Sorry,
be
Troy,
fighting
I
them.
tried.
Well, yeah. I
No,
don't know if it
mean,
would give us an advantage with needle darts or not, because if it's the same material as them, would that be something that would take away the hardness? You know what I mean?
Right.
If
Yeah.
you took stone on stone, does it take away the hardness? Probably not. It actually has to be harder than the surface itself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Is what that what that morally is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically,
Okay.
I mean, they're simple iron and steel constructions for the most part.
Sure.
They're
Okay.
just, they're definitely very hardened because of what they are.
Sure.
They have precision
It
tuned
was a thought.
gears and springs.
If they reanimate that one, he'll be missing a finger.
Why's it gotta be the middle finger?
Yeah. That would be the trigger finger, of course. They can't go.
All right, so you guys have, basically, once you have defeated these guys, you are able to approach into the outside of the factory. You don't see any other guards. There is only one entrance that you can see to the building.
Okay.
Enjoy your walk. So one entrance to the building that you guys can see, and unlike the other factory that you were in, where there were multiple places that people were coming in and out, this one, well, it definitely does have some bustling to it. You could definitely tell that there's industry. It looks like it's locked down a lot more.
We do not want to take a 10-minute thing to heal up, right? So you want to start downing some of your...
Well, we at least want to get inside, right?
Right, exactly. Yep.
But yes, I would like to use a potion or two before I go inside.
Yep. And I'm sure Kurz would want to do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm hurting.
Oh, God.
You should have plenty of pots. One more, hopefully. Perfect, even. Ta-da! Welcome back, Wookie. We made sure you got beat up really good so you'd feel normal.
Hey, you did a good job.
And yeah, we will of course try to hide the clockwork bodies somewhere.
Yep. Yep.
Zook can squat and take a dump on them so nobody wants to touch them.
Mm-hmm.
You are the town of the undead. Do you really think that bothers them?
Yeah.
From Zook, it might. All right, we're healthy again.
When you
Okay.
guys are ready to move into the factory, you just let me know.
We are ready, and we will try to act the same as the other people who are coming in and out.
Yep.
Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. I hear cauldrons bubbling.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you guys are at the factory now. You see that there is a door in front of you.
Is there anybody currently walking in or out?
No, it looks like it's actually closed up right now.
Does it appear locked or trapped, or do I hear anything inside?
It does not appear locked. It does not appear trapped. But what you can hear is a factory on the other side of the door.
Okay, just want to make sure they were actually working.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Shall we have a plan?
Good question, Jibby.
What's a good answer?
That's a good question also.
Okay, so no plan, so we'll walk on it.
I mean, we're going to have to go in at some point.
Truth.
Hopefully they're busy enough doing their jobs or their automatons that they'll ignore us. And
Hope for the best, plan for the worst.
correct.
All right, so the factory is staffed by hard-working undead dwarves known as Forge-spawned. Or Forge-spurned. If you want to avoid the attention of the Forge-spurned, it will require you moving quickly across or above the factory floor, or engineering timely actions to distract any observers. So you guys have an option, and you guys each individually have to succeed as you go through this. You have the option of overcoming it by acrobatics, stealth, athletics, crafting, or thievery. So, who would like to go first?
I will go first. Athletics, please.
I will give you an athletics check. Please give me a
That's
blind
not
athletics check. That's acrobatics.
That's not athletics.
Let's
Yeah.
try that again. There is athletics.
There we go.
If you can give me a blind athletics check, please.
I can definitely do that.
Congratulations. You successfully move throughout without drawing notice. In addition, as you're creeping along, you notice some crates on the factory floor that are already labeled for shipment to the Twilight Castrum in Undead. So at the moment, I'm going to move you to the end over here.
Yeah, I'd be heading for the stairs.
Right, I'm just going to
'Cause we
move you
know-
to this
We
side
know
at the
we need
moment,
to go up. Yeah.
so I know
Yep.
who is doing what. But obviously, if something is to happen and a fight is to occur, I will bring you guys back together.
Thank you.
Who is next?
Next.
I'll attempt to use athletics.
All right.
Oops, I didn't roll blind.
All right. Kurz, do you want to give it to me again as a blind roll, please?
He did.
No, it shows that you did somehow.
That's
Not a
interesting.
problem. You make it to the end. You agree with Zook that there are certainly some boxes that are already labeled for shipment to the Twilight Castrum in Undead.
They might need a fireball as we move.
What was the first skill check again?
Acrobatics, stealth, athletics, crafting, or thievery.
I will use thievery.
You go, girl.
I'll try to use thievery. Let's. Whoops, that's on Kurz. Hold on. Click on the right character. Oh, the GM is on
It's
Kurz.
because the
Yeah.
GM clicked
There you
on
go.
hers, I think.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, and blind roll. Hold on, it's giving me Kurz's
Here,
Plus.
let me do this.
oh, there, I found it. Okay.
Well, I'm going
there
to
we
change the ownership of Kurz back and remove you from it
go.
again.
Okay, cool. Cool. That'll probably solve some problems.
That's what I figured.
He
But
disappeared.
we'll
Cool.
create more.
We're very good at creating more. You also succeed in crossing across the floor. Did you want to
No
try
pressure,
to look
Mistra.
Did you want to try to look at any of the boxes as you were traveling? The other two just noticed it because of who they are and what they were doing. Would you also like to look at boxes?
If I could without making my chances of success harder.
Yeah, go ahead and you've succeeded in making it. It's just whether you notice what's written on the boxes or not.
All right, here you go.
All right. You did not notice anything written on the boxes as you moved across.
Okay.
No pressure, Mistra.
I don't want it to follow the... Okay, there we go. Hold on a second.
Did you want a
Come
different
on.
check than what's up there, or are you happy with one of the checks that's up there?
Alright, I'm gonna get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see, you can either be athletics, which is +2, acrobatics is +2, thievery is +2, stealth is +2. Huh,
What about crafting?
Or crafting.
+2.
You are just loaded with skills, aren't you?
I
Can't he
am...
follow the expert?
That's a good question. If you follow the expert, you could use my role.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So I could either use, if allowed, I would use athletics as follow. Nobody did acrobatics. Thievery, I would use probably thievery then. Well, shit, I don't know what the pluses are. So, when you guys use acrobatics or athletics?
Athletics,
Okay.
plus 15.
Okay. So I'll follow the expert on athletics. I'll save that. I said I wanted to save that. And you're an expert.
That is hands down my highest skill.
Right. Okay. And yeah, then I'll use athletics. I don't know if you want to put another athletics check up there for
I
me.
sure can.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm not trying to roll for you. I'm trying to put it up
No,
there.
don't wanna roll it. That public roll. No. There's a question mark for you. That's got to be high enough.
Fantastic.
It's a good.
Hey, the question mark worked for all of us.
Are attempting to follow them.
Uh-oh.
Somehow you ended up over here. You have not drawn the attention of anybody at this point, but you also did not succeed. So would you like to try again?
Sure. Let's go here. Let's go exploration. Let's follow the expert. Let's try that again. Athletics. Save it. Expert. And just use the same. Yeah. No, damn it. Try again. Athletics. Blind roll, and then do it. Alright, there we go.
So none of you can figure out what the hell Amisra is doing. Because she has ended up over here and is clearly not following any expert in what she's doing.
Should have left her in the
No.
car.
But you have not critically succeeded, you have not succeeded, you have not critically failed. There's nothing that happens on a failure, but you can no longer use your follow the expert at this point because they went straight to where they were going. You thought you were cool and wandered right.
Okay.
So you may try again.
Well, I'm okay.
Can I throw
Well,
a grappling
since-
hook at her?
And now I will just I'll stealth it over. But I will also be silent while I'm doing it. Okay. So yeah, if you want to give me a stealth.
Oh, yes.
They're all the same.
Sure they are.
Oh, that was off the 20. Can I do as a hero point? if you said
Sure. Let's see if I can. I don't think I can just reveal it to you. I either have to reveal it to everyone or not. So I'm just going to reveal to everyone.
Wow, at least it wasn't a 1, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't know if re-rolling or using a hero point will do it.
Just go ahead and roll it. Because
It'll add 10.
One of two things is going to happen here.
Oh, good. Good. Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know what's wrong with you, Troy.
Just
The question marks worked great for us.
mm-hmm.
You're rolling the same thing we did.
I know it.
So you have now made it to here. Go ahead and roll again.
And we're in our
for me.
cost. Okay. Yep.
You made it up to the end of the aisle here. You're still not with your friends. I'm giving you one last opportunity. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check one more time.
And if I at least get close to the wall, that'd be close enough for me. I'll try to go, get near these walls up here.
So you make it up to here. What you don't realize, because you're silenced, is that basically you have been kicking all sorts of metal machinery as you've been going along. And as it just so happens, you guys have finally drawn the attention of a couple of people.
Should I use a fireball now and take care of those crates too? Or should we just boogie it up the stairs?
I'm thinking we should boogie up the stairs, but we'll see.
I was thinking the same thing. But can we trust a Misra to follow us?
Probably not.
I don't know how a character can have 5 options of skills and have +2 is the best roll.
I know, right?
Mathematically, that's just not feasible.
Because there wasn't an Arcana check.
There wasn't an arcana, as
No
survival,
religion.
no society, no religion, occultism, medicine, not even warfare lore would I be all right.
Can you guys see these guys over here?
Yes.
So
I say we run for the stairs.
I will tell you, Troy, you failed like 4 different times in there.
Yeah, I figured.
But
yep.
you were failing high enough that with the stealth, I was continuing to give it to you. But unfortunately, by the end, where you still hadn't been able to roll a success, it was time.
Yep.
Yay, it wasn't me this time.
At least you almost made it back to your people. I don't know if you noticed earlier. I literally had you standing here.
Oh, jeez. Right next to the guy.
And if you had rolled your failure there, you would have turned around and you would have gone back up to the front wall, but they would have noticed you. But luckily, you rolled like a 19, but you needed a 22 to succeed.
I gotcha.
All right, so you have drawn the notice of several of these forge spurned.
Okay.
And obviously, it just so happens that you ended up not being first, which was great, which is why you'll notice what's going on, because you're silenced at the moment.
Right, right. Yep.
So you didn't realize as much racket as you were making.
Right.
Yeah, we're watching all these things turn and look at you.
And even if you guys had tried to yell, I don't think it would have helped.
Nope. Right? We're all waving our arms in the air. Run, run! He's just looking at us.
He's just like,
yes.
Oh,
yes, I see you.
Gadget.
Stop waving your arms. Stop waving your arms. I see you.
All right, so now, again, you guys have drawn the attention of these guys, and so they are going to start to move towards you. And let's see, can he do anything from here? Not really.
Good.
'Cause that's too far, that's too far. And so it's just going to continue to move up to you. Let's see, I'm trying to think. And it's going to move to here. Oh, not end the encounter. Next turn. This one will move up to here. Curse.
Run to the hills. What are you doing?
You have a tail, sir.
We said we were running for the stairs, and you run
Oh,
the
we're running for the stairs.
opposite direction.
He's like, the stairs. Don't I have to step on the dwarves?
I mean, I guess there are stairs at the other end too, but it seems like an awful long ways away.
What he was going to do is he was going to take a running jump on the dwarf, jump up to the next level, and then that's
okay.
how. Forget the stairs altogether.
My base speed.
35.
35.
We had to figure it out earlier too.
Excuse me.
Well, I'll get up here and wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're all slower than you, right?
All right. Before you move on.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, shit.
That's okay.
Uh-oh.
Athletics,
Somebody's
deception, stealth, thievery, or religion.
Give me an athletics check, please. It's targeting a Mistra.
Did you hear that, Troy? You get a religion check upstairs.
Sweet. For me?
You should you should be able to
Hmm.
roll that anyways, Curse. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
I was just clicked on a Misra when it did it, so it put it in there from a Misra. All right, that is a failure, but not a critical failure. Thank you.
No,
Misra,
thank
it's your
you.
turn.
Zook is pointing to the stairs.
And I'm sure you'll understand why I'm making that roll.
Yes, you see the hand waving and the pointing behind you. Yeah, you rolled a 32.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You see the
I
hand
see
waving and the
everything.
pointing behind you. You look over your shoulder and go,
And I go, okay.
literally make the noise.
So, 15, 20, 25. There's one. There's two. Oh. And I see Curse. I just moved there.
All right. I'm going
That's
to
three.
ask before the next person goes. Athletics, deception, stealth, thievery, or religion.
Religion.
Congratulations. You succeeded.
Okay.
Could you move my initiative down to 12, please?
I can.
I would like to go. I'd like to go right after Juliana.
Then, hold on. So a Misra was done. That brings us to a Forge Spurned.
Yep. But he was further away than the rest, so
Yes, he was.
get ready. I'm next. Curse, congratulations.
All right, Juliana. Would you like athletics, deception, stealth, thievery, or religion?
Thievery.
I knew I could trust one of you guys. Would you like to re-roll that? Or are you happy to keep it?
It sounds like I probably need to re-roll it, so I will
You rolled a 1.
re-roll using a hero point.
That is a much better check. Congratulations, you succeeded.
Okay.
If you are done, go ahead and advance.
Oh yeah, sorry. There we go.
That's okay.
1.5. And look, I'm right there with everybody. But I would like to stay here and end my turn here in case someone comes up behind us.
So you have your choice: athletics, deception, stealth, thievery, or religion.
Not even really a choice. Athletics, please.
All right, religion it is.
Yeah, my +0.
Then you'll know what I feel like.
And a blind and a roll.
Congratulations. You have
Thank you.
also succeeded. And surprisingly, you guys have enough successes that this guy up here
Ooh, ugly.
which let me go ahead and show you guys.
An undead minotaur.
Does not
Or
exactly
Or an undead Bigfoot.
does not exactly notice you guys, and instead moves down to the other end of the hallway, not paying attention to you.
Should we head for a door?
Yes, I would say that's probably smart.
All right, if you are done with your turn,
And if anybody comes up the stairs, I'll be whack-a-moling.
Yeah, hopefully they don't have enough move.
Hey, look at that. He's within range.
yes, but I don't believe you had enough left to actually be able to do anything to him. You did not have enough
True.
actions left to ready an action, so
Yeah, if I delay, then that's an action, so I'm out. I will still snarl at him.
all right. All right. And then he is going to do... Oh, no, he can't do a thing. That's a 2 actions. Dang.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
will-
yeah.
He will continue all the way up to you.
Boo. And he tumbles backwards down the stairs.
And he looks at you like you must be out of your mind. He lives in the world of Decrosia, and you are not scary to him.
Not yet. Give me a minute.
Let's see.
Yeah, we don't want to get in a fight with these guys because then we're gonna have to fight the other guy. So
Mm-hmm.
Head for the door.
That's the door. Okay.
Don't know if what's on the other side of the door is better or worse, but I'd rather not get sandwiched between all these guys.
exactly. That way we can end on a cliffhanger.
Just tried to open a locked door. Nice. Best laid plans of mice and men.
You guys didn't really think it was going to be that easy, did you? And really, did you guys all want to crowd into a room for these guys to come behind you?
Yes. Because then they have a single access between them and the big guy. assuming the room is empty.
Oh, I'm gonna go back.
What? You're not going to furry blow the door?
Amisra.
Dismissing a spell. Let's see. Can I actually dismiss silence?
Um,
I think so.
Have to look up the
Silent.
spell.
It has some manipulate, subtle, illusion,
It'll
divine.
We'll say in the text.
I'll say, and it
It
does
doesn't
say
say.
in the text. I don't
Right.
see, but yes,
It doesn't say.
you cast the spell willingly on yourself. I am okay with you dismissing the spell from yourself.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't take a concentration to hold it, but it does require a willing creature to have taken the silence. And so I'm going to take it as if you basically are no longer a willing creature to have that silence, you can remove it from yourself.
Right. Or the caster can remove it, whatever.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Well, and I would say if
So
you
I'll
cast
take
on
it.
any of your people, if suddenly they said basically their will changed to I'm no longer willing to have this, it's
Oh,
no longer
it's
a
true,
willing
right.
creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That first door is locked? Kurtz?
Yeah, it was very much locked.
Okay, there's one. Shit.
I wasn't trying to open the door. I was trying to click on her. Or him, whatever it is.
Going in my pack.
Are you trying to pick
And
the door
use my-
open?
No, I'm going to use an invisibility potion on myself.
So Misra runs to the door and vanishes.
And it vanishes. And that's getting it out of my pack, drinking it, and moving. That's 3 actions, correct?
Yeah.
That would be.
Next.
That's me.
Like-
Fire giant. The fire giant.
Oh yeah, it's the third guy catching up.
Juliana.
There's 25. Take a step, and then I guess I'll dig out my lockpicks
Okay.
for next round.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna take a step back. And we're stuck in a fight now, so it's gonna get loud and messy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I will holler for Kurz to head for the big guy. We definitely don't want the big guy hitting our squishies.
Oh, looks like one of the dudes came up on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did.
The stairs were much
Then we
closer
may
to him
not-
there.
May not want to go through a door yet.
Correct. You may not, but it's up to you. Alright, so we're going to Spell Strike.
That is a hit.
Alright. We'll do some damage with the axe. We'll do some damage with the spell. I have to cast this spell to get to the damage. And there you are.
It appears to take some damage.
And that will end my turn. I stepped, I did a 2-action strike. He
This
did
guy
not
comes
take
up to
all the
here.
damage. Of course he does.
And this guy breathes a cloud of stinging soot, ash, and glowing embers.
Nice.
All right.
Spicy dwarves.
And that was his move, his action.
Okay.
This guy is moving to
Run
here.
away, cowards. Run away. That draws an attack of op, though.
If you have an attack of op,
I do.
you may use one. That is a hit. And you did it on the second one that went by, not the first one, correct?
Correct. The one that was already injured,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah.
Yep. All right, so this second one breathes out a cone of stinging soot, ash, and glowing embers. And let me... All right. So each creatures within the cloud are concealed.
So
So
we're
all
all
of you
concealed.
All of you should have concealed upon you. And there will be some things that'll happen as your turn start. Speaking of which, Kurz is the first. So, Kurz, I need a reflex save. That was a success, but not a critical success.
A lot of dice.
You take some damage for standing in a stinging cloud.
Might be time to boogie.
It's past time to boogie.
I meant out of the stinging cloud.
So what, am I just blinded to these guys now, or what?
They're concealed to you. They're not invisible.
They're just harder to hit.
Right. It's basically you can tell where they are, but it's difficult to see them due to the obscuring soot, ash, and glowing embers.
Well, let's do a little, do a little rage. Let's do a little.
Blinded by the rage.
Inner upheaval.
I looked up and the damn guy blew ash in my face.
And then let's do flurry of blows.
Just make sure you have them targeted. That is a critical hit. And that is a hit. And you succeeded past the concealment on both of them. So you may roll for damage.
It's not adding inner upheaval stuff.
Did you drag the inner upheaval spell effect to you?
No.
That would be why.
So try dragging it and then going in and clicking the damage again and see if it gives you the option to, click a button to add the additional damage.
Yeah, there you go. There we go.
Nice.
All right, and was it the bottom one, the one that was already hurt that you were targeting?
Correct,
It looks like
sir.
it. Okay, just making sure. Oh, good, it succeeded the fortitude save, but it's still going to take 39 points of damage. And that one appears to be knocked dead.
Does
However,
his cloud go away?
nope, not till
Okay.
the duration of it would be gone. However,
Okay.
because you used some unarmed strikes on me, and I happen to be burning, you take some damage. Basically, you burn the shit out of your hands punching him.
It was worth it.
What happened?
Okay, yeah, I was back. You use the rest of your rooms. Okay, so you needed me to do a...
A critical
Reflex save?
failure, if you would.
Okay, I can do
no.
that.
Yeah, because your turn is starting now, so yes, I do need a basic reflex save. That is a failure.
Mm-hmm.
Are you keeping that roll, or would you like to roll it again?
If I hit a hero point, I would roll it again.
Okay. So you are going to take some damage.
Yep.
And you're also blinded.
Invisible and blinded.
Invisible, blinded, concealed. At least he's not silent anymore. He'd die in there and you
Yeah.
guys would never know what happened to him.
Not much I can do.
At least you're not silenced
Can't
anymore, so
cast-
you can cast auditory spells.
Right, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but... And I know that... Juliana's behind me, right?
Yeah, because she ran up to you while you could still see.
She ran up to me, right. She doesn't know where I am, but... Well, no, she...
Well, yeah, she was right
I
next
am-
to you when
I
you...
am invisible.
Well,
No.
no, she was not there
wasn't.
when you took your potion, so...
She
could
saw
she
me
could
take the
assume
potion.
right.
Assume.
She could assume
right,
that you're
exactly.
there, but...
Right,
I mean, you could whisper something to her; she'd know you're there.
right. I'm gonna try this anyway. And I will hold my action until next round. Or I'll hold that until next round. I'm gonna
You're gonna do a two-round one?
Yep.
Forge burned.
Mm-hmm.
So it does not know that you were there. It's going to continue to try to move forward into where, right next to Juliana. It will get to this spot here and run into a barrier, not knowing what it is, and having no actions left to do
And
anything.
fall prone.
It will stop.
No, he falls prone.
Alright, so what's going on here?
I need a reflex save from you, please, sir.
Good roll.
That is a success.
Ooh, not
So
a
you're
crit.
still going. You're still going to take some damage, but you only take half damage,
Alright.
And you're not blinded.
and you're not blinded.
Yeah. So that one appears to be dead, but I've got this other one that just came up behind me. Oh,
And bear in mind, yeah, that they are concealed. You guys are all concealed from this cloud at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's,
I would say get out of the cloud, but
yeah.
what's on the other side of the cloud might be worse.
These dwarves, do they look undead or no? They kind of looked undead to me.
I thought everybody
So-
here was undead.
So I'll show you the picture again. But if you wanted to know more information, you're going to need a recall knowledge.
Yeah, which uses a valuable action that I don't want to use. So let's see. It's got a range of touch. 120 feet. God, I don't want to use those spells. Alright, let's... I guess I could do a ray at this guy on the other side of me. Oh, I can use Phase Bolt. I will try to cast Phase Bolt at this guy. Here we go. Because it'll literally phase through Troy.
Why didn't it do the concealment?
Is he not concealed?
He should be.
You
Maybe
probably have to add it to him because he wasn't concealed
I did add it
until the
I
end
did-
of his
no,
turn.
I did add it to him, so that's why I'm not sure why it didn't come up with
Oh.
the concealed.
That's
maybe
Just go ahead and-
because of the phase. The point your finger and project a bolt of magical energy that stutters in and out of phase until it reaches the target. Make a ranged spell attack roll against your target's AC if the target has any circumstance bonus, such as from shield or no, it doesn't say anything about
No.
concealment.
So I'm just going to prompt up a flat check if you can give me that flat check.
Alright.
Not a problem.
No
Alright.
problemo.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
Excuse me.
And unfortunately, I'm going to have to move back into the dust further because I want to get a little distance between me and him, and that's it.
Yep.
Zook,
It's
can
my
I please
turn.
have...
What would I like to do?
You would like to give me a reflex save.
Would I really like to?
You would. I mean, you could give me just a critical failure on it if you'd like. That is a fail. Would you like to re-roll it if you can?
I would.
Go ahead. Not a problem.
That's a little better.
So you are still going to take
Damage.
some damage, but you're going to take less damage, and you're not going to be blinded. What do you have,
Okay.
fire resistance or something?
I do.
Lucky you.
Fire, void, and electricity damage resistance. Not a lot, but hey, every little bit helps.
That's exactly right.
I would like to go to here.
Okay.
If he has an attack of op, I'll take it.
I'm going to take the concealment off of you.
Yep.
He does not.
Okay.
At least he doesn't appear to use one on you, nor do either of the other two. One of them's dead.
There's only
but,
two. Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
I didn't expect the dead guy to use it. But yeah,
you never know in
I guess.
Geb. That is a success, and it looks like you succeeded past his concealment.
All right, that was a double move and an attack. That will end my turn.
All right. Now this guy
Draw.
is...
See if I can get some attention.
The attention you're getting may not be the kind of attention that you want.
Well, I'd rather I get it than our invisible friend here. He's a lot more squishy than me.
This one is going to go ahead and strike at you, Kurz. That is a hit. That is some damage. Let me see.
Kill him quickly, Kurz.
And he's going to go ahead and continue to attack at you. That is a hit.
But he missed.
Nope.
And a miss.
Nope.
That is a
Concealment
hit.
failure, it says there.
I
It's
understand.
it because they're immune
You
to
guys,
that. Come
you
on.
guys cannot be
Of
concealed
course
from
they
them.
are. Of course not.
They can see through the dust and
Creatures
ash.
within the cloud are concealed, though not from the forge spurned.
Of course. I figured that, but it did come up saying failure, which surprised me.
Yep. It's because I'm not going to take off
also-
and put back on the concealed each time. I'm just going to ignore it when these guys are attacking you.
Yeah.
He is just flailing away at you with a chain,
Ow.
and he's going to try a third time because you're right next to him. And that's a wild miss. So he is not going to. The other guy is dead.
Quick,
However,
Gimboff, take your attack of opportunity.
the other guy... Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's right. I have to go into the other thing.
Other car.
Oh, there we go. His is gone because the guy that you guys killed, his only lasted for 1 round. But the other one is still up and rolling. Now it will be Kurz's turn, and Kurz, I need a reflex save, please. That is a success. So you're only going to take half damage. And now you are free to move about the cabin.
Ding dong.
Crap, the air marshal!
Kill him quick. Kill him quick.
Thankfully for you guys, the air marshal's over on the other side, not paying any attention.
Yes. But he is the reason I came out this way. Just in case he decided to pay attention.
I was like, why is it making you roll a d20? Oh, the concealment. That doesn't make any difference for inner upheaval on yourself. Hard to be concealed
But he
from
succeeded
yourself.
anyway.
Yeah.
The game can only be so.
Oh, yeah.
intuitive.
I mean, and concealment's all of a DC 5, so it's not like you have a high chance of not succeeding, but there's always a chance.
Yeah, 1 in 4.
1 in 4, yeah.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry
I'm
blows.
I'm sorry, you've used up all of those until you take a 10-minute rest. That is a critical hit.
Nice.
That is a miss.
I need a hero point.
You can.
Of course you can.
Reroll
Using hero.
hero point. Fuck.
And unfortunately, that appears to be a miss.
No plus 10.
He rolled too high to get the plus 10. I think.
No, he rolled an 8. No,
He
he
rolled
only
an
rolled
8.
an 8.
Was it not? Did it take it frickin' off of there again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate it when it just undoes things. I'm not gonna go try to find it right now.
Okay.
So
What did I roll?
it's gonna be 2 hits, but I don't know that it's. We'll see if it matters.
Oh. I did cold damage on that one.
Oh look, he did good on his fortitude save, so he's not going to be slowed. But go ahead and do your do a second attack. A second damage.
Another damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
not critical, just another damage.
Yeah.
Is Hip still alive?
It is still alive.
Damn it.
Well, I'm gonna punch it one more time.
No, you're going to try to punch it one more time.
I'm going to punch it one more time. Being positive here.
Positivity pays off.
And he does.
It is a hit.
Hips don't lie.
Kill him, Willow.
Interrupt counts for all of my strikes in the round, right?
What's
hold
that?
on.
Do your attack rolls and strength.
I don't see why not.
Chosen each time you strike.
Oh, garbage damage.
At this point, damage is damage, I think.
Yeah, but I didn't
Almost,
kill it.
almost killed him.
Didn't kill it.
Your job.
Yeah. He's a little further along than Curves.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Amisra, you are no longer concealed, by the way. Let me take that off.
Okay. All right, so is it 120-foot line? So I think I can
Yes!
probably get the guy to the south of me, and anything farther, whatever is behind him. If there's anything behind him. If you
There's
want, I
something
can place-
behind him filling the hole.
Sounds correct to me.
Okay.
Gazap.
And let me do
Oh,
something here.
For 2 rounds, even. Wow.
And now I glow with light. I'm not invisible anymore. Right?
I would likely agree with that if you're glowing with light. I mean, you could be invisible, but...
I know, right?
Well, you
I
might
think
be
invisi-
hidden.
Oh, okay. And now...
I just scroll way back up to see your thing.
Mm-hmm. And select other variant. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means. So, anyway.
Enter a shining state for 1 minute. Deal 1 force damage to creatures that end their turn adjacent to you. It does not say enemies.
Adjacent to me. I know.
Well, luckily, no
And-
one else is adjacent.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's end their turn. So, not
Yeah.
start. So, right.
Okay,
Okay.
it's 10:11. Why don't we finish this round, and then we can pick this back up in mid-fight next
Okay.
time, or do you guys want to continue to go?
I'd probably be okay with another round or 2, but if you think it's going to go longer, we might as well end it.
Why don't we go ahead and end it, because I don't know, based on your actions, how long it's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So let's go ahead. I've got the forge spurned. He has made it up to here. He is going to start by... You guys may remember this.
Huffing and puffing.
He is going to huff and puff. And he is going to blow the house down.
No, crazy talk.
Would
He
that
is
be
going
on
to huff
attack
and
of all?
puff that way.
I was I was just gonna say, does that draw an attack of op?
It does not.
Oh. Isn't that a ranged attack? I guess
It is
not.
not. It's not a range attack.
He's
It doesn't have manipulate on it. It doesn't have any of that stuff.
Boo.
It's
Oh,
just
sorry.
basically, him just going. So, unfortunately for you, no.
Okay.
And then he is going to go ahead. And he's breathing this way. He knows he ran into something. He doesn't know what it was. That's why he's not going further.
Well, he can see that I'm
Oh,
a
well,
person
I've
now.
got the glowing you in front of me now, but
Right, exactly.
you're still invisible but glowing. It's weird.
Okay.
Right, so it should be like the 1 in 5, 1 in 4 chance or whatever.
Yeah, he's not
But
quite sure what
he
it is.
also knows somebody tapped on his shoulder.
Exactly.
True.
Which
You're
is
both
why
5
he's going
feet
to
away.
turn around and tap back.
Yep,
Tap that ass.
that's right. Tap this ass.
I'm going to smack my bitch up. And he whips you across the face with a chain.
How dare you?
Juliana, can
Very
I
good
please
indeed.
have a reflex save?
You can certainly ask.
Did he?
Let's
All right. Did he
see.
take the point of damage from force?
I need you to put that up
Because
again.
he said-
It is so far up the freaking thing.
I know, okay, hold on a second then.
Yeah, just
Let me
pop it up.
add it, and then resource spell, and then cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, then he
The
can take...
one force.
One force. Yeah. It's
Again, everyone helps.
1 point could kill him.
You never know. Juliana, that is a failure. Do you have another hero point that you want to try to use?
I do.
Then it's up to you as to whether you use it or not.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to be blind.
I don't blame you.
So I'll need the result so I can hero point it.
It's up there. Can
Oh, there
you
it
should
is.
be able to see it to be able to re-roll it anyway, right?
I see it, yeah. There we go.
Troy just happened to put in that spell at the end, so
Yeah, I apologize.
I think
All right.
that's a success.
yep, that is a success, not a problem. You are going to take some damage,
That's a
but
high
no
DC if
blinding.
that's not a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. We need to kill something off.
Yep.
Let's see.
The one behind you would be preferable. The one by
Oh, Zook.
Zook, or no, the one by Kurz.
Hers.
Hers. Alright.
The one to the north of you. Yep.
Up
That I
here.
can't see.
Let's try. Okay, I don't know if they're undead or alive, but it has a different effect either way, but I will... Actually, I don't have to move. I can use my special... I will use my... Where is it? Reach spell. Here we go. Use one action for reach spell, and then I will cast...
She will use her magical stretch Armstrong.
I'm casting Flens.
Nice. Nice roll.
Well, that was the
That was to get past the concealment.
The flat check, yeah, I get it.
Mhm.
Still a nice roll, regardless of what it was.
That was not a nice roll.
And I've already used my hero point, so I just blew a first level spell for nothing. Oh well. That's the way the night's been going. Here we go.
Zook,
It's my turn. I believe that I will spell strike.
how many of those do you have?
He can do them all day long. There is no.
Yeah,
Well, it says
As long as he has
frequency until
spells.
recharged. That's why I'm asking.
yeah. As long as I use my spell, it recharges. As
You
long
have
as
to
we're-
recharge it.
as long as
a
I use the
single action.
conflict. As long as I use a conflux spell,
Okay.
it recharges the spell strike.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I can do as many as I want, but yeah, normally I would have to recharge. And that's going to be a miss.
It is a miss.
Alright. Does the spell still go off? I don't think it does.
It does
No.
not, because it hits as a
Yeah.
part of...
It's part of it, yeah.
Mhm.
So I will make a regular attack.
That is also a miss.
Okay, well, I feel pretty stupid. I will end my turn.
That's going to leave
All
us
right.
hanging until next time.
And we're going to leave it hanging there. And we can pick this back up at the end. But so far, you guys have approached the factory tonight. I say this for somebody taking notes, if anybody's taking notes. You guys have approached
So what
the
are you
factory
saying?
tonight. You were spotted approaching the factory.
Mm-hmm.
And so you fought two clockwork, musket guys, which I don't remember what they're actually called, but clockwork riflers. You managed to succeed there. You picked up a couple of things from them that are in your inventory that you can try to identify later. You then continued on into the factory. Most of you guys successfully made it across the floor, but unfortunately, Amisra spun 30 times around a bat first and wandered throughout the entire factory, eventually drawing the notice of our forge spurned. You guys have been in a running battle with the forge spurned. You took it upstairs. You actually succeeded in not drawing the notice of the guardian on the upper platform until such time as somebody attacked him with a spell. And so he will be entering the fight when the fight begins next round.
Next round.
But one of the forge spurned is down. Two of them are pretty beat to heck. But right now you have another couple of turns at least of that stinging soot, ash, and glowing embers that if you are within it, you will take some damage. And if you fail a reflex save, you know you'll be blinded. Overall, good job tonight, guys.
Yeah. Good game, everybody.
Yep.
Sorry to play and run, but I gotta go.
Yeah, me too.
Y'all have a good night, and we will hopefully talk with you soon.
Yep, we'll see you
right.
guys soon.
Yep, everyone have a great evening. Talk to y'all later.
All right.
All right, chat, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it tonight. I'll be back again tomorrow with Stompy Mech action. Have a great night, everybody.